what, as entrepreneurs, business in general, it seems like you're always trying to solve problems. And solving problems, I've learned, is actually a good thing because it means things are happening, things are moving, and it means that things are progressing. What's the biggest problem you're trying to solve right now to get to the next level?
Well, I'll just say this is like, I won't go into each individual segment. I'll just say this in general. I tell people this all the time. My part-time job is entrepreneurship. My full-time job is I am a friend collector. That's what I do all day. I make friends. I accept podcasts like this because I'm an energy guy. I'm an emotions guy. And I would say my superpower is being a great friend and meeting and desiring to meet a lot of people. And some people I do things like this with, and it's just not the right vibe. They're awesome, but it's not the right vibe. Well, I do another one the next day, and it's an amazing vibe, and that person can somehow help me, and I can help them, and now it's this real, genuine friendship. And so that's why I do these things, because my strategies and things that I implement at Anthem or any business are not going to be the reason why that business is big. It's not. It's going to be because I've networked and was a full-time friend collector, and I found some person, some human being that's going to come into my business or into my life, and they're going to change the business for me. Because culture eats strategy for lunch. And who builds culture? People. And so finding the next VP, the next CFO, CEO, president, whoever, networking and finding and collecting people to be able to draw on anyone at the right time to help your business is how it's going to grow. My favorite story ever in entrepreneurship probably is when Steve Jobs asked John Sculley, who was the CEO of Pepsi, to come work at Apple. And John Sculley told Steve Jobs no like 20 times. And then Steve Jobs tells him, hey, do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life, or do you want to come change the world with me? And then John Sculley actually ended up being the CEO at Apple. And Apple was already doing $500 million a year at Apple. But he still knew that I can create an iPod shuffle. I can have some sort of strategy to make Apple bigger, or I can add in a baller CEO and have them come take me from 500 million to 10 billion in annual revenue. It's a 20x. It was a human being. It wasn't a strategy. And so for me, I'm a part-time entrepreneur, full-time friend collector, full-time people collector. I make friends and collect friendships and collect people in my life because they're going to need me to serve them one day. I'm going to have to serve someone. And my wife and I are having 26 new couples over to our house this year for dinner. That's
Wow.
one every 2 weeks, because friends are everything. Out of those 26 couples, one of them is going to call me one day and say, I really need your help with something. And I'm going to say, hell yeah, because we're friends. Of course, I'm going to help you. And I'm also going to do the opposite. Hey, man, look, I know you have a job, but I really need you to come be my new president of sales over here. And so I'm a full-time people collector. And that's all I want to do is make a lot of authentic friendships, never fake. I can't do the fake, but that's my full-time job. And so at Anthem, at the next thing, I want to be a guy who's had hundreds and hundreds of authentic friends who can call on me whenever, and I can call on them whenever too, whether it's for personal or for business. But I know that'll pay me massive dividends, because people change businesses, not strategy. And so you're asking, what am I going to do to go to that next 10, 20x? Well, I'll do exactly what Steve Jobs did. I'll go find people that'll go take my company to those levels.
That's a unique take. I am completely honest. I have not heard that. The way that I kind of worked it in my mind is you're leveraging, obviously, not leveraging taking advantage of, but leveraging in a good way of friendships. And I think you're totally right. Bringing people into a business can be the best thing you've ever done, or the hardest thing that you've ever had to go through, because oftentimes working with friends in business can be quite a nightmare.
Sure.
Very cool. I appreciate your time.
By the way, it's not like every single person will be your best friend. It's just, I want something that I can make an authentic connection with. I might have dinner with somebody and we're not best friends at the moment, but we have a connection where we vibe the same. Their energy is the same as mine. And then we start talking about business, and now that person's my next CFO or whatever, or my next franchisee of X, right? So that's why I'm out there to find authentic relationships, not just besties, right? I'm out there to find authentic relationships because they're going to need me and I'm going to need them.
Got it. Great.